Yes, it is you.
It is me. What were we doing?
You were going to introduce the show.
I'm so flustered.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of
Ghost of Frankenstein.
My son, would you destroy that which I, your father, dedicated his life to creating? What if it had another brain?
Whose brain?
Your brain.
Power! What good is a brain without eyes to see?
I warned you that you might regret this action.
We've warned you.
You've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Bill Evenson.
See, there you go. That wasn't so hard.
It wasn't so hard.
And I'm Thom.
When I try to do other shit.
I'm Thom Lang, and you join us for minute 29.
Oh, we're there.
We're finally at minute 29.
This is the big
this is the one we've been waiting for. And
it's a good minute.
It's all right.
Yeah, there are worse minutes.
Oh, yeah. We've just got past a few.
Well, the 27 was pretty good because it was full of scenes from that good one.
Yeah.
The good movie.
The 26, not a lot happened.
No, nothing happened in that one except Manos. We had extended Manos coming.
Started with a Benny Hill sketch and
yeah, that's true.
Ended with
with Manos.
Evelyn Ankers walking around.
It's those two things everybody loves. Yeah. Benny Hill and Manos.
Yeah. What's not to love?
What's not to love? So the mystery of the door handle.
Well, yeah. See, I think this was meant to be like a big suspenseful moment, and it's just not.
No, it doesn't work at all.
It doesn't. Some editing, like you had said.
Yep.
Close up of the handle turning. Something. But it's just.
I'll tell you. You know who would have done it well is Whale.
You think? Maybe.
And the reason I say that isn't just based on his work in the movie Frankenstein or Bride of Frankenstein, but specifically the Old Dark House.
Old Dark House.
There are a lot of moments that are done so well that I can't fucking believe it to this day. Like especially when the crazy dude, I can't remember his name now, when Saul finally comes down.
Oh, that's,
and the way that all plays out, it's
well
fucking
done.
astonishing.
Yeah,
that nobody's ever
so well done.
Yeah, it's so well done. Anyways, in this movie, we've got the suspense of the door opening, and it just looks like because when you find out,
it almost looks if you watch it through without the break between the minutes.
Yeah,
because I did watch the movie recently, just
all the way through.
Yeah, just because.
Yeah, good idea.
It's almost like Hardwick misses his cue.
Yeah,
is how it plays out, or he couldn't get the door open.
Yeah, so what I actually
it's not
wrote,
the suspenseful moment that they were hoping for.
Yeah, I completely agree. In full speed or whatever, in the normal movie, I actually wrote, what is he doing? Is he just like looking at his phone? Because that's the kind of thing I'd be like distracted and not realize that I was opening the door overflow for some reason.
You know how yesterday at work I was looking at my phone.
Okay.
And my lips were dry, so I reached over and I've got a little tray with like
chapstick,
pens, whatever, chapstick, and a glue stick.
Ooh.
And I thought I grabbed the chapstick and just absently applied it.
You really did get it on your lips? Oh my God.
It's just like that Elmer's,
Yeah, but
still, yeah. So quick dash to the bathroom to get that off.
Yeah, well, that's the good news.
Yes.
Probably comes right off. Yeah. Otherwise, the podcast would be really different.
Yeah.
In the script, we follow Ludwig into the house. None of this happens.
None of this happens.
We watch him walk into the house and
he throws his umbrella in a thing.
He really does.
His hat.
Puts his hat.
Very casually, just sort of Dick Van Dyke Show thing. Trips over the ottoman.
Trips over the ottoman. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that's not there because it would have taken
it's bizarre.
What minimal suspense there is here.
Yeah, that's true.
Would have been completely dashed.
Yeah.
But I don't think this moment is specified in the script of her.
I don't know if it does.
I don't think so. What should have happened
I think it does say the handle starts to turn, something like that.
But what should have happened is, we get the wide shot where she walks over and stops and looks at the door and the handle starts moving. Well, there should have been an intercut, like you said, of a close-up of the handle moving.
Okay, so this is the thing.
Or something to draw our attention to that. As it is in the wide shot, it wiggles a couple times, then it opens, and again, that's supposed to be a big suspenseful thing. Is who's
we
coming
get to watch
in the door, and Hardwick walks in like he forgot his cue.
Yeah. The one thing I was going to say is, because now we've said it twice, it doesn't even have to be a close-up. It just can't be that long wide shot where you're not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's why I singled out Old Dark House. Is when I watch a movie like that, I'm not going to tell James Whale how to do it. He might have done it as a close-up insert, or he might have staged it correctly, blocked it correctly, so that you can fucking see the handle turn, and then maybe she jumps out of maybe the camera follows her over, and she goes to grab the handle, and it starts to move. There's any number of ways you can do this.
Yes. Something besides.
Yeah, this long shot that just, people don't even realize there's supposed to be suspense. They think the movie stopped.
Yeah,
it's like a glitch.
Yeah.
Is it? You're in the theater looking back. Is this
freeze?
broken? No. Look, the door is moving, just really slowly.
Just very slightly.
Yeah, not very good.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I also, since we seem to have gotten a bit of stick for trashing Kenton, or I have maybe, it's a failure, but it's not that big a deal.
It doesn't like
ruin the movie,
take you out of it or anything like that. It's such a minor thing.
Yeah. Okay.
We probably spent way more time talking about it than we should have.
Well, no, I think we spend as much time talking about it as Kenton should have. Okay. Like look in the little viewfinder and go, can you see that door handle?
Can you even see that? No. Elsa's very relieved to see Ludwig casually strolling in.
Like there's nothing. There's no lightning storm.
Nothing's going on.
Yeah. He hasn't just been berated by Eric.
Humiliated by
Eric.
Yeah.
Or by the monster.
Or Holmes Herbert.
Because one thing we didn't mention in the end of that scene is that it is a little awkward when Eric and Frankenstein part. Mm-hmm. Actually, there's a little awkward scene where Eric's like, "You sure you don't have anything else you want to tell us?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure. All right, well then I'll bid good evening to you. I gotta go disperse this mob or whatever." Yeah. So there is a little bit of uncomfortableness starting to develop between them.
Yeah, which would the next time they interact, there's actual animosity.
But then he just comes strolling into this room like everything's
fine. Yeah. Just had the grand slam at Denny's, and
that's right. That's
gonna sit at his desk and undo his pants.
There you go. Nice. Grand Slam at Denny. I don't think I've ever had the Grand Slam or the Moons Over My Hammy.
No, I couldn't bring myself.
I do like Denny's though.
I couldn't bring myself to order something like that.
I don't know. Well, the Grand. You know what? I'm wrong. What am I thinking? It's the Moons Over My Hammy. I've never had. The Grand Slam is just 3 items or whatever, 4 I guess, because it's Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Okay. I probably have done that. Let's go after this.
We'll go to Denny's.
We're going to Denny's. All right. Then what does Elsa do?
She runs up and
the monster. What?
She runs up and.
Oh, she says
She runs up to Ludwig, embraces, for clutching for safety.
Yeah. It's very sweet.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Maybe a little too close.
She says, the monster, it's here. I've seen it.
And in the script, Ludwig picks up on the fact that she knows about the monster. Mm-hmm. And that's left out here, too.
Yeah, so all he says here is nonsense.
Yeah, nonsense.
Nonsense. Your nerves are on
a little dismissive. Or complete. I guess completely, you can't get more dismissive.
Completely dismissive.
Yeah. And then she says, but the monster, I saw him right over here. And then he says something about, your nerves on it's a storm.
Your nerves are on edge.
Your nose is on edge. It's a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's totally
non-committal.
I was gonna say nonplussed, but I always think I'm using that word wrong.
He's plussed.
He's plussed. No, I don't know. I don't know what words mean. But what my point is just that he doesn't seem worked up about it at all.
No, he's very casual.
He's
dismissive.
He's very dismissive still.
Yeah.
And he absolutely shouldn't be, because look at everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Today has been a pretty big day for him.
Yeah.
Already, and now he's just going to be like, don't worry about it. But I mean, in his defense, it is an act. He doesn't want her to know he's worked up about it.
Right.
But the movie doesn't tell us any of this.
Yeah.
It just sounds like he doesn't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then she says that other creature was with him, that Igor.
Yeah, for that matter, how does she know about Igor?
Well, there it goes. I mean, she saw him, but she was never introduced. So, when she says that, she looks down at the books, and he does too.
Yes.
So that missing scene of her reading from Wolf's diary or memoranda would have established...
Not memoranda.
Right.
Sorry to correct you on that.
Sorry. No. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Script joke from last week, if you missed it.
So that would have explained how she knows who Igor is.
Exactly. Yep. And so that's kind of a cool thing. At least they do look down at the books.
Yes.
But I think interestingly enough, I might like this better, because the way it is now, it's subtle that they both look down at the books. She looks down at the book because this is insane what's going on here. It was all this shit I read in this book.
Yeah.
And he looks down at the book like, oh shit, I didn't put the books away.
Put those away.
So it's great.
Yeah.
I love when a scene has that, or when something that small has that much resonance, or that much meaning at least. And it's resonance for me, but then I'm watching it minute by minute. So that's things are resonant that aren't necessarily all that important.
Meanwhile, outside, Igor leads Junior to a door.
And calls him Frankenstein.
Yeah, points towards
Well,
the door.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
He's yelling at him. Frankenstein, break this door
Get
down.
over here.
Come on, Frankenstein. Is that not what he's saying?
Get your lumbering ass over here, Frankenstein.
Anyways, no. What he's doing is saying, "Hey, remember we talked about Frankenstein? Here's his
Here
house.
he is. Well,
This-
yeah, that
we
guy.
gotta get in here.
That guy that you saw earlier today. This is his house.
Yeah, that. Well, okay, so Igor wasn't in that room, and he didn't seem like he was close enough quite to pick up on
hear,
what's going on. But he also has spoken to the monster about Frankenstein. We're going to a second thought Frankenstein. Then he asked about Frankenstein when they got to the village. So they're on a mission.
No, you mean the doctor who heals those who are sick of mind.
Is that the one?
So Junior obliges and bashes the door in.
And it's very effective. I actually wrote Junior's very good here.
He
because
looks-
what
he
he's expected to do, he fucking nails it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole minute.
This is stuff that Chaney's good at.
Yeah.
Even in like the Mummy movies where he like crashes through a plate glass window or something, he does it
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
he
a-
probably would have been a really good stunt man.
Yep, I think that's probably right. Yeah. He's too pretty to be a stunt man. I don't know. Here he's not pretty.
Not
He's the romantic lead in the rest of the films from here on out. So I have to pretend he's
Make
he's
it
not
that-
ugly. He's fine.
Well, I
He
think
looks
Patrick
fine.
Knowles in the next film is supposed to be.
Yeah, you're right.
But he doesn't
yeah, you're
really-
right.
doesn't really pull it off.
But that's eventually, even during the film, that changes.
Yeah.
And then I think by the time we get down to Bud Abbott, Lucas
Well,
Costello,
House
it's
of
not-
Frankenstein for sure.
Yeah,
He is.
absolutely. Yeah. By the time we get to Bud Abbott, Lucas, I keep thinking that the jar of pickles fell off the wall or something behind me.
Why, did you hear something?
No, because you looked over there. I maybe you didn't look over there. Maybe you were looking right at me, and I just can't see very well. Cut everything out up till now. You've been warned. Welcome back.
The only reason I look over there is because reflected in the glass is this next to me.
Wow.
So
That's creepy.
every now and then it's kind of like, yeah.
That's a big
Whoa.
Karloff head. That's really a beautiful one too,
It is,
by the way.
really.
I
It's
just wanna say.
Miles Tevis. Yeah, it's beautifully
It's a
done.
good one. There's lots of good ones.
lot better than mine.
No, yours are amazing. Actually, I might need to. How much for one of them?
A couple $100.
Really?
Probably, yeah, 200-300.
All right, well, we'll have to talk.
All right.
So yeah, Chaney is pulling off. I wrote here, after all the stories of Whale torturing Karloff and making him go through all this stuff that seemed unnecessary, maybe.
It was petty, yeah.
Petty, and well, also his character. He had a character that he was portraying that didn't need to be a brute. You know, that wasn't the critical part of why you had Karloff playing that role.
Right.
Here, the character has been reduced to a brute, and Chaney does it with alacrity.
Yes, good.
He's
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
He pulls it off. So I'm finally saying something good about Junior. I think he knocked that door in.
That's for
the
Mike
little
Herman's
piece that comes.
benefit.
That's there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. I haven't read the article yet, Mike. We're still recording. Then we cut to the inside when the door pops open. A piece flies off it.
A little piece.
It's a very little piece, but so I don't know. I'm glad something happens.
I was going to say, because, usually...
Otherwise, it just looks like the door is fine.
It was just unlocked. And
And he just kind of.
But, usually there would be, like, chunks of balsa wood
Splintering. Yeah,
flying
exactly.
off. There's just one little piece flicks away.
Yeah, which is fine, too.
It's fine. And then he sort of...
Igor then closes the door, so
Well, I
it's
was
like...
going to say, first Junior sort of slumps off.
Yeah.
Meanders
Well, he
off.
stalks off. I mean, he looks intimidating. He doesn't...
He does, but it's just sort of the way he just sort of glides down the step.
Yeah, he's not comfortable.
Yeah, it's
I guess I get that.
And then Igor, he has the presence of thought to shut the door behind him.
Well, which is good, because
Well, no,
that's what you should do. You don't want to turn this into a whole... I guess I can't think of a situation, but like a situation...
Like a situation where you don't shut the door.
Well, how
like
did
a
the
home
monster
invasion
get
or
caught,
something?
right? They made a big stink. They made a big scene in the town, and that's how he got caught in the first place in Visaria. And so I was going to try and say you don't want to make a scene like they did there, but it's not quite comparable. But it at least helps. Let's at least close the door, because we don't know how this is going to turn out.
Yeah.
And sure enough, everything falls apart within seconds.
Yeah, it's a really cool set. I like that with the stucco arches and the doorways.
Absolutely.
And it's lit really cool.
Yep.
You know,
Their workspace is very
evocative.
cool and evocative. There you go.
Yeah, it's very Frankensteinian.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Frankensteins pick these places when they go to buy a house, or do they design it? No, this is all got to be torn out. We got to put in something
Gothic
creepy.
arches here.
Yeah, this isn't creepy enough.
Yeah, that's what they should have done, and they kind of do in Flesh for Frankenstein. Is have the Frankenstein family be sort of like the Addams family almost.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think that would have been.
Were they're creepy to begin with, so they don't quite pick up on how creepy the shit they're getting up to.
Well, I mean, Henry kind of does, but I think that would have been a really interesting angle to take when I make my Frankenstein film.
That's right. Is this what level Patreon do you have to sign up for? Are we going to do a Kickstarter for that, or
I don't know. Anyway, Kettering just sort of wanders out at the worst possible time to wander out.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Good old Kettering.
Yeah. Good old reliable.
Good old what?
Good old reliable Kettering.
Reliable Kettering. You could set your watch by him. If there's a bad time
a monster,
to do or say something.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's got it. Now, why is the monster so mad? Is it because he's sick of mind? Or what's his story? What
I was gonna say, because he's completely unmotivated in killing Kettering.
Well, I can think of a couple of motivations. Number one, this is just how he thinks this needs to be done. This is how we're gonna get what we want out of Frankenstein. I'm done fucking around.
Or does he think that's Frankenstein?
No, because he knows him. He just saw him. Oh,
I know. Yeah.
Well, it could be. But he knows him at least, and that's part of his anger.
Yeah.
This is all we really have from the movie. Is presumably he's angry because of how things went the last time he saw him.
Sure.
Which may have been 2 minutes ago. In the movie, it was 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, it could have
might have been.
I think it was that afternoon.
The other thing is, he knows that using violence and the threat of violence and kidnapping and getting in that kind of shit is a viable way to convince Frankensteins to do stuff.
Well, sure.
Because he was involved in the kidnapping of Elizabeth.
What do they want Frankenstein to do?
In this one?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Make him better.
Hasn't been made.
Make him well.
Completely. Make him well, Frankenstein.
Yep.
Ludwig and Elsa react to Kettering's screams.
Yeah, it's a great scream from
pretty good from
Kettering.
Barton. What was his name?
Kettering.
Down. Yeah. No.
Is this the last?
The
Are we
actor.
saying goodbye to?
Yeah, we say goodbye.
Ian
Barton Yarborough.
Barton Yarborough. What a fucking name.
This isn't quite goodbye yet.
Okay.
Because he is in the next minute.
Okay. Well, there you go. He lets out an ear-piercing scream.
Now, it could have been somebody else.
Chaney looks great coming at him, too.
Oh, yeah. It could have been somebody else doing the scream.
Could be, yeah.
They should have used the Karloff scream from the last film for that. That would have been...
Yeah, no, it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
I kind of, when I think of it, it's not entirely dissimilar. It's a similar sort of length and tone, but it's not.
Speaking of that scream, somebody had wrote in when we were discussing it in its context of Son of Frankenstein that it appears in one of the Sherlock Holmes films. I didn't remember it at the time, but we just saw it, and sure enough, there.
Do you know which one?
Pearl of Death, I believe.
Okay, and someone fall?
Yeah, someone pushed to their death, and
It just seems like it should go with someone falling. It doesn't.
Yeah.
In the original.
Well, it does.
But it does eventually, and then again later.
Yeah, then
in movies to come.
Yes.
Watch this space. And I like Igor here.
Yeah.
Come away with me. Like he's gonna. It sounds kind of romantic.
Yeah,
it's very personal.
Right. No.
So
because then
I didn't write this down, but
before that we see Junior lugging Kettering's body.
Yeah, he's
across
already got
the screen
him.
to a door.
Presumably dead.
Yeah, he's
killing
presumably
him
dead.
now.
Yeah, to a door, and I'm not sure what the motivation for that was or where he thinks he's going with this.
That's true. He looks like he's going somewhere. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why he would do that.
The only thing I can come up with is maybe this corridor really just has that one door. We don't see any other doors, but it seems like there are likely to be other doors.
I think later on it's indicated that there are other parts of it.
Okay, I'll have to look for that. Yeah, Igor is immediately distressed.
Igor,
it's funny because Igor from the last film was so conniving. He actually got, in my opinion, he got beat partly due to his own hubris.
Yeah.
He thought he had wolf over a barrel.
Smarter than...
And now he's like, Frankenstein, come on, we'll go in here, Frankenstein. And then he opens the door, and within a second, like the same minute, he's now crying, nobody will know who did it.
We gotta get out of here.
What is this nobody will know who did it? Is he just lying about that? I mean, everybody knows who did it.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
It's going to be,
his heart bursts,
they'll fucking...
and there are marks at the base of
the neck.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
It's going to be obvious. It's got
if
Junior written
Krog,
all over
if
it.
they call in Krog to the Viserion
The
morgue.
magistrate, Holmes Herbert, calls up.
I knew a man back in Frankenstein. Let me give him a call.
Yeah.
That's my magistrate impression.
That's your Holmes Herbert.
That's my Holmes Herbert.
Nice. Then Igor kind of leads him away. I'm assuming he's trying to bring him to the door that they came in.
Yeah, to leave.
And then the minute ends.
So everything is completely fallen apart for Igor's plan.
Yeah.
Because
Again, unlike
if we get caught having killed somebody in here, there's no way Frankenstein is going to do what we want.
Yeah.
So we'd better try to escape now.
Yeah.
And we'll come back tomorrow and say, hey, I'm really sorry to hear about Kettering. But we still wanted to follow up on that other thing.
I want to fix the monster's brain.
I thought you were going to say, we're here to fix the door.
Sorry about the door.
Wait a minute.
It's completely...
I thought you said you weren't here yesterday. Get him and then, sick him, Junior.
Sick him. Any more questions, wise ass?
All right. Are there any comments on minute 29? I mean, what? I don't know. How does any of this work? Okay. I think this might
actually be.
Okay, that's that one. 29. Mike Herman writes, nobody will know who did it. Man. Yep, there you go.
I like that.
I mean, that's
about right.
That is about right. I think, especially now that you've detailed the autopsy for us, the burst heart and the bruising at the base of the brain or whatever, base of the neck. Yeah, Krog will be all over this. If not right away, he'll have heard about it.
They put out a bolo, be on the lookout.
Oh, but it's called a bolo.
All the crime shows I watch, that's what they say.
Yeah, apparently.
So Krog sent that out, be on the lookout for... tall, lumbering lummox modus operandi would be, bursting hearts. And
all right, so we have another comment from someone named...
Drier than
how long did it take you to come up with that? That was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
Right,
what the hell just happened?
I don't know what happened. I accidentally started playing it because I got to go to the episode to see what the comment is. Because I wanted to make sure I got... Oh, here's the comment. Marianne Velez 9565 replies with an explosion, and it says promo SM. I really should look at these comments before. So I'm guessing this is some kind of spam thing, but there's no link or anything. Should I just like her comment?
Let me see it.
Okay, it's like it's got a little explosion and the words promo SM. Capital S, capital M. Not S and M.
No.
But promo.
Superman?
Promo Superman.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's got to be what that is.
I don't know. Or sales
it's
mark.
It's not...
sales mark is SM.
It's like different than a trademark.
Trademark, yeah.
Marianne Velez, 9565. What do you suppose 9565 means? Was she born in 95 or 65? Was she born on September 5th, 1965?
It could be.
Don't put that in your username, because now I'll say it on a podcast. Now me saying that is going to be on YouTube. And now her identity's been stolen. Well, thanks for your comment, Marianne.
Yes.
We'd love to do more promo stuff.
If you,
but we're kind of.
If you want to elaborate, please do.
I love that I just innocently didn't look at that because I wanted it to be a surprise. And look how
is her profile picture? Is she wearing a bikini?
Oh, see.
And making duck lips.
Yeah. God, I saw. No, I'm not gonna tell that story. That's not. It's not a bad story. It's just not a good story.
Nothing that should get out publicly.
Well, no, I just saw somebody and it post a picture of himself with the duck lips, and I'm like, are guys doing this now too?
It doesn't look good on anybody.
It doesn't work for anybody. I'm not. I don't want to be sexist about it. It's like it's terrible for everybody. I'm equal. I equally hate it no matter what.
Yeah, no matter the gender.
All right, I think that's all I got for now. Well, we'll wrap everything up on minute 30.
All right then.
Come back next week. So I didn't do the. Oh, there was no. I didn't do the promo stuff because there wasn't anything. Or was there?
Were there any?
Oh, there was. I did the Mike Herman one.
Okay.
Should I do that now and you'll cut it into place?
I'm not gonna bother.
Okay, good.